Hello everyone, myself Cadet Aryan Trivedi, Regimental Number UP 2021 SDA 461557. Today we are here to talk about a topic on Indian economy and its growth. As we all know, a country dependent on its economy, like how much strong its economy, there's the power of how strong its country. So let's see. So first we should talk about what is economy. So as we all know, economic, it's a study of how people choose to use resources. Like it can be a economic like scarcity and its implications for the use of resources, like production of goods and services, growth in production welfare over time, and with great variety other complex issue of vital concern of to society. Resources included the time and talent people have available, the land, building, equipments, and other tools on hand, and the knowledge of how to combine them to create useful product. Right? Resources are available in our country, like, but how to use them, how to utilize them? Like the land is abandoned. You see, like many lands is abandoned. So how to use the that land in a very economic way or in a less amount to make a useful way of that land is dependent is we can say what is economic. So let's move further. So here we will talk about today Indian economy. So economic of India is the seventh largest in the world of nominal GDP and the third largest by purchasing power parity. Purchasing power parity, like buying uh, products up from another country like this, we can figure out. The country is classified as a newly industrialized country, one of the like G20 major economy. Like it is the greatest of 20 major economics of India, like we can say. A member of BRICS, like it's a BRICS, it's a organization and a developing economy with an average growth rate of approximately 7% over the last 2 decades. It is just like 7% is the increasing rate of Indian economy, which is uh, having like last 2 decades, which we are gathering. So if we talk about Indian economy in British era, like 1793 to 1947, where Britishers ruled over India. So at that time, what was the economy? So today we will talk about that. So like the economic policy of British Raj caused a severe decline in the handicraft and handloom sector because they do not like to make a product. Because they established factories in India, so these our India is like mainly famous for handicraft things. Indians make their products from hands from like a very old era, but as British came, these handicraft get thrown out and the factories are set up because as all the people supported factories because the goods from factories are cheaper than a handicraft, because handicraft or handloom, like the product made from hand is take much time and that's why it costs much. But the factory is like running machines and they don't need much, they need only services, so that's why the price of that thing is like cheap, so people like to buy from factories, not a handicraft or handloom sector. So due to that, this decreases the decline in the handicraft and handloom sectors due to reduced demand and dipping employment. Okay, so as you I have already explained, after the removal of international restriction, India did expanded substantially and over the long term showed an upward trend. Like as you all know that there was international restriction, like you can't share or you can't buy or sell things to other countries, or this was the international restriction. The result was significant transfer of capital from India to England, which due to colonial policies of Britain. Like as you all know, in British era, England sent money from India to England. Like our whole money is going to England totally. This we all know. So that's what explaining now. Like at that time, the our whole money was nothing was coming in India, but the money and the resources which are present in our India, in our country, are going to England. So, which due to colonial policy of India, British, that policy also made by British, so they all made for their favor. Let a massive drain of revenue rather than any systematic effort at modernization of domestic economy. Like this could create a hollowness of our country. It's creating like nothing is present inside the country. It's all empty, making the our country empty because all things, all resources, all money, all goods, all things are they are importing from India to England, and they are making their own policies like a colonial policies where a product is going from India to England, due to this and this things. These are the major factors because for other country they have to show why they are moving these things to other country. So for that they make their own policies, which is they name colonial policies. This is the like you can say in where was the India and where was the UK if we saw from 1700 to 1950. Okay, so India is one that very less increase when Indian got independent, but as you can see UK, it's all increasing a massive speed. So because it was British like so you can say East India Company and Mughal Empire, it's coming decreasing and British Raj increasing. So like, some factor included the like population ratio also. Like you can see, UK has only 5.2, where India has 100. So this is factor which matters. So, but as also it's like we see like pre-liberalization period where the India got independence, and then up to then to like few years, 1947 to 1992. So in that period, how India economically growth or how what economic growth does India came in, or any economic growth does really come or came or not. So as we all know, India economic policy after independence was influenced by the colonial experience, which was already done by the British era. So by that it was influenced, which was seen by Indian leaders as a exploitative. So domestic policy tend towards protection with a strong emphasis on importance of substitution industrialization, a large government-run public sector, business regulation, and central planning, while trade and foreign investment policies were relatively liberal. Five-year plans of India resemble central planning in the Soviet Union. Steel mining machine tools, telecommunication sovereigns, and power plants among other countries were of different industrialization in the mid 1950s. Like 1947 to 1990, Indian leader realized like the colonial policy which was established by the British is a worse for our country. This will make the India insidely like hollow. So they are like created a new things. They are creating new policies. They are removing the colonial policies. They are creating a 5-year plans for central government, as you all know. Like they are creating the different types of things which made in India here only. Like they are creating power plant. They are creating the mines, mining like so we can say. So these all things are created in 1947, 1950 in this era, not much growth of country happened economic, but yeah, we can say it's the starting of the economy because like India got freedom and no one knows how there was divide and rule, and this is all. Then in between this dispute, they also manage the how to create economy. So they create a base of that economy. So then we will say since 1991, how our India is increased. Like till 1991 it was like it was under pressure of different countries and like other things because all things are disputed in many things. So in 1990 till 1991 they collected all countries, the states, they combined, made India. Then now the real economy starts. So now from now we see what's happened. The collapse of Soviet Union, which was India's major trading partner. We know actually Soviet Union was the first like which make the collaboration with India to create its economy on higher position, but it was collapsed due to some reason. But that was the reason. Gulf War was the reason, which caused a spike in oil price. And here the main effect is called because we had the oil prices increase already. Till that day, the price is increasing day by day. But this was the starting where the oil price increases. Right. Resulted in major balance of payment crisis for India, which found itself facing the prospect of defaulting on its loans. India asked for a 1.8 million bailout loan from the International Money Fund, which is a return amount of deregulation. Like we were thinking, for creating India in 1991, we need 1.8 billion. We have to take a loan from like we can say a bank, a international bank. So which we have to repay, of course, but till now it's going on. This was the Indian gross GDP. We had from this 1995, you can see in graph, it's a or we can say 1990. The growth really happens till 1980 or 1985. Nothing was happened. In reality, in 1990, the growth is getting increasing, and yeah, it's increasing regularly. So this is the report of 2010. So like what is the growth from of 2010 to 2015, like which was growth not shown in graph. So as we can say, starting in 2012, India entered a period of more economic growth and growth slowing down to 5.6%. As you can say, till now till 2010, the India is increasing with 7% of ratio, but till in 2020, it decreased to 5.6%. Plugging Indian rupee, the purchase side put account defect, slow industrial growth. These all done was increasing in 2012. This is leading the country on increasing down and down. India started recovery. Then in 2014-15, as you can say, India started its recovery, and its again growth rate accelerated to 7.2%. In 2015, India went through a startup boom and manufacturing growth. In 2015, like Indians realized like we can also do startups. Many countries, many companies we can say like started during this era only till 2015. And as the like startups boom, manufacturing started in India in 2015-16, 7.2% is goes to up to 7.6, which means for the first time since 1919. Like you are thinking now like 7.6%. We are thinking like 7.2 to 7.6 is 0.4%. But in reality, 0.4% matters very much here. So like this much increase till 1990, 17.6 was the highest where we can reach it. So first in 1990, they grew faster. Then China, which registered 6.19 growth in 2015. Like you are thinking now, in China at that time, the growth rate was 6.9%, and we are at 7.6%. The economic growth is by 7.7%, 8% in 2016 and 17, up to 8% we got to 2016 to 27. In mid 2015, during the global stock market, India also witnessed a sharp fall in stock market and rupee weakened. It was repeated again in January 2016. And where after 8%, then the stock market of decreases and India has a great. So here, like in 2016, we can see decrease in the market. So now we can see important fraction figure. Like this is the employment sector of till to around 9 to 10. 53% was in agriculture. As you all know, India mainly is only in agriculture sector. So 53% was in agriculture sector. Manufacturing sector was 11%. Construction was 11%. Trade was 9%. Transport like 4%. Hospitality and real estate was 3%. Education to 2%. Government 2%. Other 5%. So this you all can see like employment sector, how is it going. Then there was a like conflicted in how upcoming. This is the graph of like till 1950 to 10, how it was increasing, decreasing. Like as you can see, agriculture sector is decreasing like very low. So because firstly people do only the agriculture, but then people realize, so and this was a decreasing of agriculture sector. Then here is the increasing of industry sector. This was the increasing of industry sector, and then service sector. This was increasing. So as you all can see, this is in the top most importers like crude oil 37%. This imports, like not export, imports crude oil. Now we are till now we are also importing these all things. And this was the end of from my side. Thank you.